At this point, we all know the simple formula that leads to a successful, profitable business. You have an offer, you promote that offer, you sell that offer, your customers get what you offered, rinse and repeat. Yet there is just one pesky thing that often gets in the way of those 4 simple steps. Overthinking. Yep, okay, that reference was probably going over a lot of your heads. That was Tim Curry playing the character Darkness from the movie Legend. That may be very outdated and no one gets that, but I had fun doing it. My wife Caroline and I run an unboring monthly coaching program, and we help solopreneurs make their businesses more predictable, profitable, and peaceful. We've been doing this monthly live coaching for almost 6 years to 1,700 members. And in that time, we have seen our fair share of overthinking, and we are 100% guilty of doing it ourselves. The big rhetorical question that I have for you today: where do you hide when you know you should be taking imperfect action? Are you the type of person who is constantly tweaking their brand or redesigning their website? Are you the type of person who is constantly trying to create a fancy sales funnel, but you haven't even sold your product to more than 10 customers? Or are you the type of person who is constantly trying to build systems and processes to create more content, yet you don't even post once per week consistently? Now, let me be clear here. I'm really not trying to make you feel bad about the places you hide or the areas that you procrastinate. I'm just trying to point them out. My wife and I are certainly guilty of going down our own rabbit holes to avoid doing the things we know we need to do. I want this video to help you stop spending your precious time on tasks that are just keeping you stuck. Let me illustrate this point with a quick story. Back in the 1960s, there was a guy who wanted to start his own business. And there was a similar business in his industry that was well established, making over $100 million a year. That's like a cajillion dollars in 1960s money. And also, let me be clear, I know that neither of us are trying to make $100 million businesses. Just stick with me for the point of the story. Now, you would think this business owner is chasing the impossible dream. In order to compete, it would have been natural for this business owner to spend countless hours researching the marketing tactics, the sales processes, and the technology of his competitor. But you want to know what he did instead? This business owner completely ignored all of the tactics of the well-established business and instead focused on the fundamentals. He did what all smart business owners do in the beginning. He got scrappy. So scrappy, in fact, that he got in his car, drove to where his ideal customers were, and sold his product out of his trunk. He faced countless rejections, he tweaked his product constantly, but eventually he found a winning formula because he got out there and did the things, as opposed to just living in the world of spreadsheets and research. And if you've been on the edge of your seat, that business owner was Phil Knight, the creator of Nike, one of the most recognizable brands in the world. Fast forward to today, and Nike generates double the revenue of its biggest and original competitor, Adidas. I share this story with you because I believe that comparison and overthinking can keep us so focused on doing things the right way that we end up doing nothing at all. Especially now that there is an endless supply of free content here on YouTube and on social platforms telling you the most strategic way to do anything in business. And listen, I know we even make some of that content ourselves. But I also know that you don't care about building a company as big as Nike because we don't either. Instead, we just want to run a business that we love, that makes us enough money and creates more freedom and flexibility in our lives. And we think you want that too. But much like Phil Knight and the early story of Nike, you're not going to get there just by copying the blueprint created by other people. You have to carve out your own path, and you have to focus on doing the fundamentals really well. Setting up slick sales funnels, having fancy automations, building out all kinds of processes for all of your content creation. These things can help you optimize later on, but right now, if you're focusing on them, they are distracting you from the core things you need to be doing. Having a good offer, promoting that offer to an engaged audience, selling that offer, and then taking care of the customers who buy. If you don't have customers buying consistently from you right now, I'm willing to bet that you're overthinking, you're overcomplicating, and you're not focusing on the simple fundamentals that really matter. Let this video be your permission slip to stop rebranding and redesigning constantly. Stop searching for the next silver bullet marketing tactic. Stop building processes for content creation when you're not even comfortable posting content consistently. Instead, focus on the simple foundational stuff and let all of the fancy automations and funnels and all that stuff come way later on in your journey. Embrace your inner scrappiness, put yourself out there more, and accept the discomfort of experimentation at this stage in your journey.